Gone, absolutely.
It's the 40.
It's monstrous, bro. It's monstrous.
Yeah. It sounds the part, man.
It does, eh? It's man, this engine. You can't fault BMW on this motor. Unfortunately, you know, with the 40s, man, this B58 motor is just something out of, like, it's a modern 2JZ for me.
No, it is.
I
Look,
mean,
after the N54 years, they sorted out issues with this. N54 was you could get power and all of that, but this, I feel there's reliability and there's power.
There is. And these, bro, you know, these motors, I mean, you know, we watch the workshop all day, every day. We see what cars come in, which are the motors that maybe have certain issues, you know, like pipes and so forth. You know, the small mechanical things that will usually happen on a wear and tear. On the N55 and B58, bro, there's minimum things that happens. Eh? Yeah. They're usually only coming in for like a coolant leak, and that's after 90,000 kilometers. You know what I'm saying? The guys are driving the cars, and you just need to change a small coolant pipe. I mean, for me, I feel like that's nothing. You get it covered under motor plan. The motors are really reliable. I mean, there's quite a few guys who's got 135s, 140s, same as the 2s and 3s as well, in the 35 and 40 series. But the Oaks out of motor plan, 160,000 Ks and not a day of issues. You know, the guys are happy with the cars. And that's when you know you have a good, reliable engine. You have a good car. That's what you need.
The B58 has been out for some time now. You know, if there was like some major issues, I think they would have creeped up.
It would have been there already, yeah.
I'm really seeing a very solid engine to go through the coming years. You know.
Yes,
like you said, the modern 2JZ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if you watch like YouTube as well, it's just like from the sort of external out of South Africa, because I mean they don't have motor plan and stuff like that. I mean, the guys are making 5, 6, sometimes even 700 horses on these motors, you know, and they're not really putting the car through its pace. On the B58s, I think there was one person so far that I saw on the Toyota Supra, which has the same motor, you know, it's the B58 motor from BMW. They made 1,000 horsepower.
And that's the thing, right?
And you said
minimum watts, I'm thinking, because right now it's not like major
100%, and more than likely it's just your downpipe and exhaust. Then you've got software. 100%. I don't know if they changed. Look, I didn't go into the build list, but I don't know if they changed turbos or anything like that. But I mean, still using the same block, you made 1,000 horsepower. I mean, that's 2JZ capability. That was their motor from factory, you know, and this is what people are calling it. I mean, if you look at the reviews and stuff, the 340s, 440, 140, 240, all of those cars, they're phenomenal. People love them, and you wouldn't blame them. And also, I mean, if you're looking at a 3, for me, it's a perfect all-rounder. Some people do have the liking for the SUV over and above a sedan, and I think that would make me say, okay, look, an X340i would be just also hitting the mark.
Right?
Same engine, 285 kilowatts, all-wheel drive.
What is it that you're looking for? If you're looking for
100%.
the big SUV
type,
type,
if you need extra space, so that's it, you know. And you'll just switch between the two, and I think just from an all-round view, this is brilliant. Both cars, X3 and 3 Series, they're really, really, really good. You know, and the 340s, like we're saying, it's just a performance factor. So it's that little bit of fun, it's that little bit of character that the car will have that like a normal 2-liter petrol or 2-liter diesel might not have. That's all that it is. And obviously the sound. I mean, BMW straight 6 sounds is just
nothing like it.
No, there's just, they have a specific tone to them, and each one sounds very, 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 like, you know, unique to their motor, and it's great like that.
So what's the price on these?
So on the 340i now currently spec'd as is, you're looking at about 1.2, 1.3 million. Obviously that just depends. If you're choosing special colors and so forth, it could change here and there, like the individual list. So if you have like different interior, different color exterior, From the individual selections, the price could be a little bit closer to 1.3 or a little over.
Yeah, obviously, the more extras you go for,
the more the car will go, yeah, 100%. But I would say looking for like a really good spec one, something like what we're driving in now, you're looking at about like 1,250, which is a really good number, you know. For what you're getting, I can see the worth in the car. You know?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, these are something special. I honestly think the B58 from the 140s to this, in terms of the future,
Yeah.
if you get it now, especially looking at where the future is going with,
Correct.
you know, electricity and all of that.
No, 100%,
cars.
100%, you know.
Yeah.
And this might be the last batch of full petrol cars that we might be getting, you know, and because there's a big change in future with what BMW's plan is, and in saying that, it's pushing the electric side. So we might still have the whole big power, we might have the petrol engines, but there'll be electric assisted, so hybrid motors.
Yes,
So we're going to get a nice, good petrol motor and our diesels as well. Like throughout the range, this is what's going to start happening. We're going to have some performance vehicles, like the M5 is already in testing. They're testing a 4.4 liter V8 with a hybrid motor, so it's got the electric power assistance. So we don't know the total figures of the cars yet, but I rate we somewhere close to the 500 kilowatt mark out of factory. And I mean, the last
That's
M5
crazy.
competition was pushing about 440,
Yeah.
you know, 441, somewhere around there. M8 competition, the X5M, X6M, they were pushing about, on the same motor, 460.
What motors are those using?
The V8, 4.4 V8, yeah. And twin turbo motors as well, developed by M. Absolutely phenomenal motors as well. But the next gen is more than likely going to be hybrid, which is not a bad thing.
No, not at all. Look, that's where we're going. So that's why I'm saying that if you are somebody maybe who's looking to still own like the last part of history, if I may put it.
Correct, for the
these,
petrol powered,
you know what I mean? For the petrol powered type thing, these would be something to consider.
Performance side of it, you know, so the sub sort of performance car is not really high performance.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's just brilliant because it gives people dynamic, you know, you can choose. I don't want the full-fledged M.
Yeah.
What can I get that will still have that power,
Yeah.
that'll still give me that sort of thrill that
Yeah.
BMW gives, you know.
Yeah.
And the sort of M Performance series, like your M will be with the 40 engines. That's the perfect cars.
Look, here's another one, right? Now, I'm feeling very comfortable here. Not even, you know, I can't even tell that I'm sitting in a powerful car because that's how comfortable it is. So,
and the car is in sport.
Yeah,
the car is in sport. So
and it's very
is
comfortable.
firm.
And that's what I'm saying. That you know, the suspension is very
exactly. It's soft. It's comfortable.
In sport mode.
In sport, exactly. So I mean, you can feel if let's go to comfort mode. Just feel the engine tones down. Everything tones down.
Yeah.
You'll feel the car gets a bit softer now.
Yeah.
Now the steering wheel is even much softer. And I think, you know, if you go into it a little more and you check around and you see what the car is actually doing, you'll understand why we say it's a good all-rounder. It meets everything in the middle. You know, it gets things where we want it to be, and that's your mix of performance, comfort, you know, a little bit of practicality as well. You don't want to lose everything. And a lot of the customers, a lot of the people that we speak to, they want the performance factor without having to go to the full-fledged M. And this, for me,
I think I'm also of those people where I really like your M3s, your M4s, your full-on M cars. But I think at this moment, as somebody who needs a car to actually do everything with, spend time with the family, get to go shoots and all of that.
Correct.
This is definitely something I'd look at.
Yeah. And I mean, from equipment base, there's boot space is adequate, so your equipment will fit quite comfortably.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I know sometimes with the media equipment, they can get a bit large. You know, quite a dynamic system and works absolutely well. I mean, this car on the track, unfortunately, we don't have a track, but this car around the track.
This one it's not made for the track. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. But if you want to, you can. You can. Yeah.
But that's where now the aims, the proper aims come in. I think if you're gonna be looking to be going on track and stuff, then rather look at those.
No, for sure, 100%. I mean, those cars are track built.
Yeah.
They ready to go on a track. You know what I'm saying? That's their element. With these cars, yes, you can, but it's not going to be that perfect track car. You know, it's going to give you the performance. It's going to give you the drive, the handling. You're going to do well. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't have that like racetrack pedigree. Go to the M's. If you're a track person, the M's will be the one.
But on the road, look, this is all you need.
Yeah.
I'm going to be straight.
100%. That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so we were out with Zayed, in the 340 xDrive. First time in this car, and look, I love my B58 engines, and this does not take anything away from how I feel from it about it. Instead, it just adds on to how it drives, how it sounds. Definitely, I see this car as a very enjoyable car for somebody who's looking for a sedan that is fast, that has the space for the family, that has the exact look, which you can also have some fun in on the weekends. Definitely. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, this car is, like I was saying, you know, it's an all-rounder. It's perfect for family, perfect for the guys who actually want that performance but don't want to compromise space and comfort of their family. 340 or the X3 M40i is one of the perfect cars to go for. They work really well. They're not the full-fledged M, so you're also not forking out as much cash as you would, you know. They really work well. They're priced correctly in the segment that they're competing in. Currently, I would rate these one of the best cars you can jump into for that kind of money.
Agreed. So you want to get into one of these, speak to Zayed, the Auto Glen
BMW or BMW Joburg South. You can search for us, check us on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Google search. You guys can find us there. Come through, talk to me, let's get you in the new BMW.
Done. And that's gonna be a wrap for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was an awesome day. Thanks to Zayed again, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.